I know. We're late. There's the chicken crew. Oh, hi. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I'm late getting to the barn a little bit today. I decided to wake up and cook breakfast for everybody. So that takes up some time. I'm just getting to the barn and everybody's mad, so I'm gonna go ahead and feed. And then I will pop back on and give you updates. She flew up here. This is her own doing. These duckles are just the coolest. They're just the coolest birds. Carly's breaking the ice. But we just have been, for the horses, we rolled out the rest of this round bale. Sometimes it gets a little hard to roll in the barn. So they have lots of hay. Don't mind my block pile and my chicken tractor there. That's all broken down. Yes, I need to clean it out, but my horses are smart enough to stay away from that, so it's not a big deal. They're in this winter pasture because, well, it's got electric over the top of it. There's not much for them to eat, so they'll basically ruin any fence they're in if it doesn't have good electric, trying to get their heads over to try to find something. So they're in here. I do need to add a T-post there. But yeah. So they're over here. Take the cart back down and get the horses. Yeah, they should be all right today. They stayed in. Oh, they stayed in good 4 days last week because all it did was rain and all there was mud, and there was just no point to put them out so that they could, you know, ruin the pasture with their hooves and soak in mud and slip and slide everywhere. Yeah, let's clean off. One important thing in winter, if you're using a solar zapper, make sure you clean it off, because if it's not getting any sunlight, you're not going to get a good electric pulse. We're gonna see if this microphone with the windsock works, because it is quite windy out here today. It's funny. People say that Arabians are super flighty and spooky, and well, that sometimes is the case. I tried to grab Cinch, who's the quarter horse, and they're usually known for being more bomb-proof. Tried to grab him while holding the tripod and the camera, and he was having zero parts of it. So I switched the hands and put the camera and the tripod in the hand with Athena, and she was like, oh, okay. And then when I let them loose, she didn't care about the camera or the tripod, but Cinch was like, oh my God, it's gonna attack me. So, yes, I hear you, we're coming. The cows, the peanut gallery, they have something to say about this. So let's go up there and see them. Horses are all enjoying their hay. They like to be out in this weather, believe it or not. They don't like to be penned up. I know some people that don't know, you know, a lot about horses or livestock in general will say, how could you put them out? It's so cold. They actually enjoy it. It's better for their respiratory system, better for their immune systems. Yeah, so it's good for them to be out. It's not good for them to be cooped up. That creates anxieties. That creates tension, I guess, if you will. Like, they just want to get out and run because that's what they do in their nature, you know? So that's why we put them out. Same with the cows. They're not meant to be locked up all winter long. They like to get out and get some air in their lungs. My cows, I leave out all year long, and they have windbreak from the trees. And if I needed to, they'd have shelter here, but they wouldn't choose to be in it anyway. They'd choose to be outside. So, update on the hay port, as I like to give. It's doing great. It is even holding snow load. I do need to add a board here because they broke that thin slat that I had up, but otherwise it's doing really good. All right, we're back in the barn, and I wanted to give you guys a goat update. So as you can see, Danny is still as wide as she is tall. She hasn't had her kids yet, but we have got to be close. Not super close, but close. I mean, she is starting to bag up, but her udder will get much larger than that. I mean, probably twice that big. Yeah. But she has dropped and her ligaments have softened up considerably. So it's just a waiting game. I mean, it could be a day. It could be a week.
For Danny, it could be a year.
It could be February. It's hard to tell. So there's that. Tyr, right next door here. You can't really see him back there. He was the little one with the broken leg. He's doing fantastic. He's thriving. His leg is completely healed. And we just love this little guy. He's really cool. What? He's doing goat stuff back there. Trying to scratch? Trying to sniff? Hard to tell. Chewing the wall? You know, goat stuff. Bubs, our big buck, he's doing great. And all the girls are doing great. But sadly, our sweet boy, Thor, has passed away. We noticed just yesterday. Well, yesterday morning. No, it was day before. It was day before.
Yeah, yesterday night.
Fine during the day. When we came down to do evening chores, he was down in his stall and couldn't get up. And I noticed right away his eye was twitching. And he had kind of like a wry neck. And that's usually almost always indicative of polio, which is a thiamine B1 deficiency. And so immediately I dosed him. Hold on, let me lower you guys down here. Crouch. Immediately we dosed him with a thiamine and B1, pretty high dose. I also gave him some Jump Start orally, and I also gave him some dexamethasone to try to help him. But with polio is very aggressive. And when you get that, I mean, you obviously have to dose them right away. But if you don't catch it at the first stumble, and the onset could be in a blink of an eye. If you don't catch it at the first stumble, your chances of recovery are like slim. And your chances of recovery, the smaller the goat, the worse it is. So while, like, say, Bubs, if he had polio, he probably would have a really decent chance at surviving it and fully recovering. But Thor wasn't even a year old, and he was maybe 40 or 50 pounds. And so his chances were much more slim. And even though we threw everything, including the kitchen sink at him, I mean, I even gave antibiotics and all the 9 yards, it still wasn't enough. And, you know, I say this in almost every video, and I will continue to do so, that we do not have a large animal vet. We did have a large animal vet, but unfortunately they're so short-staffed and overworked that they had to drop people outside of a closer area. And so unfortunately we were outside that area. They dropped us, and no other large animal vet is taking new clients because they're also short-staffed and overworked. So we are livestock vetless. So I have to be my own vet, and I'm thankful that I still have, you know, vials of Banamine and dexamethasone from when I did have them as my vet. I'm also very thankful that over the years we've acquired quite a bit of knowledge as far as how to treat certain things. And I'm also very thankful that Google is a thing because, man, if you're questioning stuff, you just open that up. Don't run to Facebook and ask in the goat group. You just go on to Google and research real quick, because you're going to get pretty good information right there at your fingertips, right when you ask for it. So when I saw and I thought it was polio, I quick did a Google search. Eye twitching and wry neck, those are your two biggest indicators. Because similar disease is listeriosis, but that's a little different. And the eye twitching thing is the dead giveaway. That's your dead giveaway. Now you could have eye twitching with M-worm, meningeal worm.
Did you?
Yeah, you can have some eye twitching with that. But his eyelids were hot pink. So you check your eyelids, and that's called a FOMACHA score. And his FOMACHA score was great. So there was 0 parasite. So that's how I knew for sure it was polio. Now, could there have been other underlying diseases that could cause the same symptoms that a vet may know more about than I do? Sure. But when you have goats, you kind of know, like, these are the most common problems. And so unfortunately, even though we did as much as we could and he fought as best he could, we lost him. And I keep telling you guys, and most of you that are farmers may know this, but for those of you that follow this channel that aren't farmers, you know, goats were always represented as this really hardy animal that nothing could kill. They are probably one of the most fragile animals that you can have on the farm.
Those people are the biggest liars.
Yeah, they're extraordinarily fragile, and they can go from fine to dead in 24 hours. It's just how it is. And the people will say, if you're getting into a homestead for the first time, go with chickens and then goats. I disagree. I disagree, because if you get goats and you're not familiar with all of the problems that they can have, then you're setting yourself up for heartache and the potential idea to quit. I say go, if you want a small animal to start with, I believe that sheep are a little more hardy, although they can fall ill to the same diseases that goats can, because they're a ruminant animal as well. I find them to be a bit hardier than goats. And honestly, if you want my honest opinion, and you're getting into a homestead for the first time, and you are wanting to graduate from your birds, whichever bird you may have, turkeys, chickens, ducks, geese, whatever, you want to graduate to something bigger, I personally say get yourself a mid-size cow that is very well trained. As far as, like, if you want a dairy cow, get yourself a cow that's a little older, a lot experienced, very halter broke, because honestly, I believe them to be one of the hardiest and most enjoyable. The sheep are having a fit, so somebody's out.
Who is?
These sheep, I say get sheep. Maybe you don't want to get sheep. Anyways,
Okay,
let's go see who's out. But yes, cows. I think cows are great. I highly recommend them. All right, let's see who's out. Nobody's out? What you guys going on for? Oh, you know what? We need to break up their water and give them some. Hi, girls. Hi. These are the two newest ewes. That's Abby and Serenity. And boy, have they come around and really look amazing since getting them here. They've really settled in. They're so very sweet. Really love these two girls. Very, very pleased with them. Hi, Vanilla. Hello, love. Look how big she is. She's so fat and pregnant right now. Look how big Abby is compared to Vanilla, who's like maybe just a hair smaller than the average size sheep.
She could fit under her.
She could. But look how wide Vanilla is. Oh my goodness, she's chock full of babies. We're expecting to start lambing in February, end of January, February. So I know I have some that aren't expecting, like these two big girls. They aren't expecting, and some of the tiny little ones, Lavender and Cherry, we didn't breed them. And there's probably a couple first-time ewes that didn't catch. So we'll have to just see how many babies we get, but it is exciting. What am I stuck on? Ground. Okay. Oh, overexposure. It is exciting that we'll have babies here soon. I just love this time of year. Winter is tough, but when you have babies to look forward to, it's a lot better. So.
Lambs are my favorite thing.
Okay, so I am going to show you guys what it is like living out here in the winter, because it's beautiful in the summer, and honestly, it is gorgeous in the winter. But, oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
It snowed, obviously, clearly. And they did come through and plow this road in the middle of the night and salt it. But check this out. See these? All right. See these drifts? They come right off the hillside and onto the road. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's really beautiful, but it makes it a bit iffy getting in and out. So I'm taking a walk up here real quick. I have to get out today. I just gave out the last of my hay. So there's no potential of me getting a trailer out. But I'm going to go to my uncle's to visit, and he's going to give me a couple bales. So look at this. Right into the road. I just want to kind of take a peek. Oh yeah. The other hill, so this is a little hill. I can see right now.
Oh my god.
I'll turn you around. There's no getting out right now until they come through and plow again. It's because of this wind. I'll turn you around and show you this road. I'll zoom in. Hold on. The road over there, that line going up the middle is the drift. So that's probably over 18 inches deep right there. There's the drift here. So that's about how deep it is, probably over there. It is gorgeous up here on top of this mountain, but treacherous as well. Yeah.
I can't get out.
So with this, we are gonna head in. Also, while I have you guys here, I am changing up the way I do my channel. So a lot of you know that when I started this channel, it was just a homesteading channel. And then I went to a certain rally and saw some stuff go down and I made a video. And then it turned into a lot of new followers and you guys were here for the political stuff. I love doing the homesteading stuff, but I know the importance of the political stuff. So I was having a really difficult time trying to find my footings in this new blueprint that's supposed to be my channel. I was having a difficult time trying to figure out how to cater to everybody. I have lost a bunch of followers, and I don't know whether it's because I was doing less politics over Christmas or what it is. And that was very discouraging, and it made me kind of not want to do anything, actually. So what I've decided, in order to cater to everyone, Mondays is going to be homesteading video. Wednesdays is going to be a kitchen, cooking, whatever, in the house stuff, canning, whatever, video. And Friday, I will recap that week's current political events, and we will go over all of that on Fridays. If this new schedule works out well, I plan to go right back to the Thursday evening lives, but I'm probably going to do it later than the 5:30 that I was doing it. Because if I have to go to work with Jeff or something like that, by the time I get home, cook dinner, it's just not feasible. So this is my new idea. Let me know down below if you like it. I'm going to try really hard to stick to a schedule. I think keeping myself to a schedule and keeping myself accountable will be very good for me and this channel. So I hope it works out. Let me know what you think down below. I'm going to wrap this up for right now. When I go get hay, I'll take you guys along and then probably catch back up with you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is another beautiful winter day. We got some snow coming in later, I suppose. And I think many of you are probably dealing with this winter storm, same as we are. Many of you are dealing with the ice and snow as it makes its way across the country. It's supposed to hit here, I don't know, about 7 o'clock tonight maybe. And we're supposed to get somewhere between 3 and 5 inches, which it's not that bad. The state did come through yesterday and plow us out like I knew they would. And I was able to get to my uncle's and I picked up 2 bales of hay from him. So I am very grateful for that. And managed to get them unloaded. Now the skid steer, the diesel skid steer, doesn't like to start. Obviously it's diesel. But even if it does start, the hydraulic lines, there's something not right with them because the wheels will like freeze, and so they won't move, basically. One side, not the other side so much. Can you guys see this? Hold on. I don't think the video is going to pick up how absolutely gorgeous this is, but can you see the snow glittering? It is so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. It's little things like this that I love about winter. When you take time to actually appreciate how beautiful it really is, it makes it a lot more tolerable. And I just think, look at that. It's like Mother Nature just sprinkled a handful of glitter all over the floor and said, here you go guys, enjoy. So pretty. But anyways, yeah, so the skid steer didn't, well, I didn't even try it. I didn't even bother. And Caleb got his little mini excavator out and can't get over this glitter. He got his mini excavator out and he flipped it in one end of the barn for me. And we got this one up here for the cows. So everybody's settled and ready for today's snowstorm. Isn't that right, guys? Isn't that right? Ooh. Well, I was coming up here to break up your water, but I don't know if I have to. It looks like you got it broken up all good on your own. Hi, Rebby. Hi, buddy. Did you pull all that hay out to bed yourself with? That's not very nice. Hi, Tony. Hi, buddy. Mr. T looking cold as usual. I always think his neck looks so funny, but it's because he rubbed his hair off on the hay feeder here. So it's not as fluffy. Guys, I'm sorry. The feed store didn't have your cubes. You're gonna have to just survive on your unlimited buffet of hay and your block over there. Are you gonna yell at me about it? This missing slat. I'll show you guys. Right here where Rebel is eating, there's a missing horizontal slat. So they're able to just pull the hay out and throw it on the ground, which is not for a couple of reasons. One, because it's wasting hay, and that's the most important reason. But number two, when all of this melts, that's gonna be a train wreck. So, excuse me. We all have a touch of a cold here. But anyways, I'm gonna bring up my impact and some screws and put that one bigger slat back up. We gotta turn out the horses. Harley and Chase are burning the barn garbage, so I'll catch back up with you. All right, guys. I'm gonna go in there right there where Rebel is and fix this, hopefully. Hi, buddy. Yeah, hi. Watch your horns, sir. Yeah, watch your horns, sir. Hey. Gotta take these gloves off. Hey, what? Hey. Oh, that's enough. Got it. Watch them horns. Little turkey. Being a little turkey. All right, all done. Got that put up. Left on the Rebel a little bit. Also, just strictly out of curiosity, we've always been a DeWalt household, more or less. I mean, we have some things. Caleb has some Milwaukee items, you know, a couple Harbor Freight specials too. And now I have a couple Ryobi things, but mostly for power tools, we've had DeWalt. But recently, it seems like the DeWalt batteries are terrible. And I don't know whether he's just really hard on them, but Jeff goes through the drivers, the drills, like nothing. Like, he's gone through a couple of them. So, curious, what's your brand of choice for power tools? I do like it. It's got a lot of power, but I'm just wondering if there's another really superior, well-made power tool company out there that we haven't tried. So let me know down below. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this weekend's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, watch Wednesday. I should be posting a kitchen, cooking, doing something in there video. We'll just call it a kitchen video. And Friday will be a weekday wrap up of all things current events. So keep your eyes out for that. Set your schedule. Make sure you, this is cringy, I know, make sure you ding the notification button so you know when I post videos, because YouTube is really good about not informing you guys when I've posted. So make sure you do that, and we appreciate it. Also, make sure you're still subscribed, because a lot of people have gotten unsubscribed. So make sure you check on that. And yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to catch you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.